Hello and welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Welcome to another Super Sunday match reaction. This time it's pre-recorded instead of doing it live because there's only really so much you can say about each game. Now, obviously, this is a Super Sunday match reaction to Liverpool 2, Chelsea 1, but also briefly talking about the Wolves-Manchester City game as well. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you are new. We're on the road to 1K and we're trying to hit that as soon as possible. And follow out GVO Mikes on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok if you want to follow me. Let's get straight into it. Obviously, well, not obviously, but I predicted like a draw for this game. I thought both teams would cancel each other out, and especially in the first 30 minutes, I thought that would be the case. Um, I actually thought Chelsea was somewhat better in the first half at certain points as well. And I think Maresca got the lineup borderline spot on. I would have played Neto instead of Madueke. However, in the end, when you really look at the game, Madueke played well. He played well. He gave Robertson a lot of issues. And to be fair, Madueke is a very on and off, hot and cold type player anyway. And to be honest, I do rate him to a certain extent. I do believe he could be a good squad player for Chelsea. Um, I don't think Robertson's the same. He hasn't really been the same for the past couple of years. So that was kind of a mismatch in itself. And I think Madueke took advantage of that. I think he did really well with that. With the general lineup, I understood why Sancho came off. I didn't think he had a stink or anything, but not some biblical stinker. But at the same time, they needed that Pedro Neto versus Trent battle. I think Pedro Neto maybe could have done a little bit more when he came on, but you saw that Trent doesn't always stick his foot in. He doesn't always, physically impose himself when he has to defend, which is why Joe Gomez came on to see out the game. Because when Liverpool are obviously going to have less of the ball because the momentum's obviously going to switch towards Chelsea because they're the ones chasing it. But overall, I don't think Chelsea can really look at themselves and feel too disheartened. But I do think it's going to come into account where Nicholas Jackson's a great player to a degree, and he scored the goal. But having that out and out striker would have given them that whole new dynamic to kick on and maybe finish a few more chances. I think Romeo Lavia, obviously, I get why he came off as well because I'm assuming this is his first game back, and that's why him and Reece James both came off. So that also makes a lot of sense as well. But Romeo Lavia was probably the best player on the pitch until he came off, in my opinion. Thought Caicedo actually did well as well. I thought Lavia and Curtis Jones were probably the two best players on the pitch, and I have to say, even for the Jackson goal, Caicedo did really well there. Good ball. And I think his forward play, like passing the ball forward, and no, he's not necessarily like out and out creative, but like he can create if he really wants to in a certain situation like that. A good run from Jackson as well, and good goal. Um, but with Jackson, he doesn't always make those runs. I think specifically it's his movement. He doesn't have out and out number 9 movement. I think Jackson can be good on the left, especially in this system as well, where you're going to be 1v1 quite a lot. Again, the word understand. I understand what Maresca's doing, but I also understand why Gusto played left back and James played right back. But with Gusto and Sancho playing together, it was very right footed on one side and very left footed on the other side, which didn't really give them enough switch ups. I think when Lavia came off, maybe a rogue shout here, but maybe Dewsbury Hall could have come on when Viego also came on as well, because maybe Viego could have sat in a pivot with Caicedo and Dewsbury Hall could have got a bit forward to make those third man runs, because Dewsbury Hall was doing that a lot quite at Leicester and was very key towards that Leicester team under Maresca in that system. And I think Dewsbury Hall would have done quite well for them, like giving them something different, because that left footer running around in the third man run, he could have put a few more dangerous final balls in, I think. Pause. And I think he could have cause more danger for Liverpool. Now, going on to Liverpool, again, I think they just did their job. They know how to get over the line. They know how to see themselves out in the game. And despite the fact that Robertson and Trent weren't necessarily defending the best 1v1, Trent had a decent game. I thought Salah had a really good game. Salah had a really good game. Some of his passing, some of his ideas when he was passing as well. Like every time the person was asking for the run, his passing was on point, way better than he was in the Crystal Palace game. So credit to Mohamed Salah for that. Obviously, Curtis Jones, as I mentioned earlier, he ran the show. He ran the show really, like, and it wasn't easy either. It was a good battle with like Caicedo and Lavia and even Enzo when he came. And Enzo was okay. Did some good things, did some bad things, But I do think Lavia and Caicedo is the way forward for Chelsea. Just my opinion. I don't know what you Chelsea fans are watching this think in the comments. Sorry if it's lagging a bit as well. and the camera is a bit fuzzy, but hopefully you guys can still see me because I don't know if my connection is unstable or not. But I thought Curtis Jones ran the show pretty much. Like he had a tough battle against Caicedo, like a lot of physical battles, and there was always going to be physical battles in this game because this game is tough. This game is feisty to say the least. And I think Curtis Jones turned up for that. I think that when you watch Curtis Jones, there's always games where he can turn up and run the show, but there's other games where he can maybe underperform and look a little bit out of his depth. And especially with the fact that they don't have a number six to give you that balance, Liverpool usually deal with the situation quite well with the midfielders that they have. And I know some Liverpool fans were afraid that because McAllister wasn't fully fit, that may hinder them a bit. But Jones stepped up, and I think Jones is one of them players that can step up in a now and then sort of games and turns up for the big occasions. Don't think he can do it week in week out, but he's a good squad player. Like so, Bozalai, I don't really know what he's good at, in my honest opinion. Don't think Gakpo was terrific. I think he was somewhat effective going on the inside, but his just final product was just awful. I thought Nunes was good when he came on for Jota, like just giving the Chelsea centre back something to think about. I think a lot of people follow the narrative, so it went from Chelsea are underperforming, Chelsea are spending too much, to Chelsea in the title race to kind of like put Chelsea on a pedestal. If we're looking at title race, I think Chelsea are 4 players away: the goalkeeper, striker, and 2 centre backs that are like properly physically imposing. And then I think they're good to go. I think they're good to go from there because let's say they get the 2 centre backs, whoever they are, goalkeeper and striker, they're all good enough to, challenge for the league. They've got Reece James or Gusto at right back, Kukurea at left back, and they can shift that around. Viega will be a good squad player. Lavia and Caicedo in midfield, and you've got Enzo and Dewsbury Hall. You can mix that around a bit. You've got the winger options of Sancho, Neto, Madueke, Palmer if you want to play him on the wing or in the middle. Same with Nkunku in the wing or on the wing or in the middle, and then you have a striker up front to give either Jackson a bit of competition or just to, be a bit more clinical. But that's what I thought of the game. Let me know what you thought of the game in the comments below. If you guys want me to do the reaction to the fan cams of the weekend, let me know as well because I could do that. We've got a lot of content coming out. We've got a stream every day from Monday to Friday. So every evening you'll get a stream from me for the next 5 days, and obviously the match reaction on Sunday to the Man United game as well. And we've also got uploads coming. And on the poll when I did it on the community page, whether you guys wanted me to do the Super Sunday match reactions or the fan cam reactions, the poll ended in a draw, which was quite annoying to say the least. So I'm going to do both videos. But make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe if you are new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me, and email for the inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.